Take a few moments to reflect on the story you just observed. Think about the mentee and the people he interacted with. Think about his day and the situations he encountered. As you noticed in the comic, mentees go through a range of experiences through an average day that affects their state of mind, their behavior, and their skills. It is important for us as mentors to be empathetic, to fully understand the scope of factors that may be impacting our mentees. Let us take a deeper look at all the potential traits a young adult could exhibit. These can be emotionally, behaviorally, or physiologically exhibited. It is important to note that we do not intend to stereotype mentees and say that they all exhibit these traits. Our intention is to provide you with an in-depth understanding of a broad range of factors across several mentee populations we have worked with. What did you notice first in the comic? Did you see the cramped living arrangement with up to 5 members all living in the same 150 to 200 square feet of space? Most of our mentees live in houses which are kacha or semi-pakka, constructed of mud, tin sheet, and only in few rare cases with proper materials like bricks. They have little private space and spend most time in close proximity of their family members. How would you feel living in such conditions? For most of us, such a shared living environment would be a big adjustment from our own homes. When you reach out to your mentee for meetings or to speak to them, remember that these physical environments could make your mentee hesitant to share a lot of things openly. It may also make your mentee conscious to tell you about their home. Be respectful. Don't push them to tell you about their home or family. Show that you are non-judgmental and open in your mindset and communications. This will help a mentee gradually become more comfortable in your presence and in sharing more about these things with you. One of the things you may have noticed is that the mentee's classmate threw a paper plane at him. What did he respond with? Did you note that the mentee lashed out and stormed out of the room? You're right. The mentee's response to his classmate was in no way appropriate to the situation and demonstrated a level of emotional immaturity. Adolescence is a period of physical changes, and this brings with it emotional volatility. Your mentee will have mood swings which can affect their relationship, including theirs with you. Mentors often get confused when they find their mentee very excited to speak with them or meet with them one day and then disinterested another time. Don't take it personally and blame your mentee for such behavior. Be patient and respectful of their time and space. And be consistent yourself. Do not respond to volatility on their end with corresponding volatility in your behavior. Bad mentors show enthusiasm when mentees are enthusiastic and become cold and detached when their mentees are low. This will aggravate the problems for you and further harm your relationship. As we discussed in Roles of a Mentor, emotional management is a trait that several mentees may not have on their own. Poor emotional management means attaching incorrect or inappropriate reactions to the wrong events. Our mentees' reactions to events will be disproportionate to the actual event happening. Building a strong relationship with your mentee will help you, over time, coach your mentee to manage their relationships better. Mentors who take the emotional coaching stance often do the following activities. They are more aware of their mentee's emotions and their own emotions. They validate and verbally label the mentee's feelings. They discuss ways in which the mentee can tackle negative emotions. They discuss ways to show positive emotions even in times of difficulty. Did you notice how the mentee had an idea but hesitated to share it because he believed his idea would fail? This sense of helplessness in completing tasks speaks of low self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is our belief in our abilities to achieve something or complete a task. Self-efficacy is rooted in past histories of performance and accomplishment. Often, when we are able to complete any level of task, we have greater belief in our ability to complete the next set of tasks presented to us. Correspondingly, A mentee who is failing at something is less likely to show task persistence with anything else that they are presented with. They will believe that they are likely to fail in the next thing as well, and that makes them more likely to give up. Low self-efficacy beliefs can create very demotivating situation for mentors and mentees. Mentors will inherit the existing belief sets that the mentee has. If mentors wrongly assume their mentees' learning levels, they may further aggravate this problem. To combat low self-efficacy, it is very important that mentors start at a level that their mentees are comfortable with. Did you notice something in the mentee's attitude after the group left? What did he think about the reasons he was unable to share his ideas? Our mentee blamed external factors like luck for his performance. Did we feel that way when we were younger? This is a common problem of external versus internal control beliefs. Control beliefs can be defined as the power to determine outcomes by directly influencing actions, people, and events. People who believe their success or failure is because of their own hard work and effort have internal control belief. When faced with a task, such people will first try to plan and put in maximum effort of their own. People who believe their success or failure is determined by external factors like luck, fate, or destiny have external control belief. When faced with a task, such people spend more time thinking about how external factors will influence the result instead of putting in their own hard work. What's the next thing you noticed? Did you list out the argument between the parents? How would you feel if you were the mentee? Observing daily strife and tension between parents, and in some cases physical violence, can have a very detrimental effect on a young person. They may feel confused, sad, angry, and possibly think that they are responsible for these fights. As we mentioned in the roles of a mentor, mentees who have relationships with adults that are marred by disappointment and a lack of healthy communication may form negative perspectives of adult relationships. They may begin to expect all relationships to be similar. How do you think this can impact you? As a new adult in their life, it is very likely that a mentee is untrusting of you initially. They are wary of being disappointed and hurt and have their defenses up. It is very important as a mentor to not take such behavior personally and think that the mentee is rejecting you. A mentee may want to test you out to see if you are worthy of trust. The only way for a mentor to break a previously held negative perception is to build a relationship of consistency and reliability with a mentee. By the end of the day, the mentee felt like he should quit his education and take up a call center job paying rupees 10,000. Is this a decision you would have made if you were in the mentee's position? Mentees from this background are unable to plan and stick to long-term goals. They may prefer dropping out and taking up a job to studying for 2 more years. In general, they are not able to demonstrate the perseverance and grit that long-term goals need. This may be frustrating for a mentor because their behavior may be at odds with the traits we know they need to demonstrate to be successful. Mentors should be aware that long-term decision-making or planning will not be a skill your mentee is naturally able to practice on a daily basis because of their resource-strapped conditions. It is something that we have to help them through a combination of building aspirations, building motivation, and helping them procure resources for their future. That was a lot to take in. It's time to test all that you've learned through a short assessment.